You're fond of the use of the phrase catch-22, and you sometimes apply it appropriately and sometimes you apply it conveniently. A catch-22 situation, you described to the Honourable Swart that you didn't inform the public of the escape because it was a catch-22. It may have alerted Bester that you were on the lookout for him, and you didn't want to compromise the investigation. Well, yes, but don't you think that the public interest in this instant trumps the investigation of the police that was going absolutely nowhere until January?
It also the public interest that when the arrest is effected, that case stands the test of time. But already, I don't know why that question comes, because it has been considered that indeed, in relooking at things, at least the victims would have been taken on board.
I'm getting to the victims, General. I'm getting to the victims. Now we're talking about the public. The South African public, citizens who live in this country are entitled, because your job is to make sure they're safe living in this country. That's your job. And you allow a serial rapist and murderer to run around doing as he pleases while you know that that's the case, and you don't inform the citizens of this country. And you say it's a catch-22.
Well, Chairperson, let me repeat. We're not making news. We're investigating. It is important then, now, and forever to say the police, they investigate and they put those people out of circulation. To say you'll announce that, be careful. People will say, now Cele is mad. You go and get that person, and we have been on that track. That's why today, at 2 o'clock, it was expected that the other one appears in court, the other one is at Mampura and all that. It's the work that has been followed, including, there is this famous one, maybe I can come to it, including to say the arrest in Arusha towards Kenya has nothing to do with the South African authorities. It's got a lot to do. Maybe those are things that will be kept there until the case comes and all that. The major work of the police is very defined. Is very defined on 205. Investigate, prevent, and indeed, I fully agree with you. At this one, it would have been on the limited way of talking with the families, the victims. Indeed, that point is taken on board. But broadly, it would be good to say, this has happened, and we've arrested those people of South Africa, as it has happened.
Minister, I would like to say 2 things to you, because I probably only have a minute left.
You don't.
I don't. Yankee, give me a minute. You give me a minute.
I will give you that minute so that you assist the committee going forward.
Just say 2 things to you. 1, please don't lecture me on what the police do and don't do. I know what they do, I know what they don't do. I did it for years. You can teach me nothing about police investigations, with respect. Secondly, and I'm glad you take the point, and I'm glad that you concede it, it's an absolute disgrace that the victims of this man were not warned, were not prepared, were not protected. It's an absolute disgrace, and you should hang your head in shame, all of you. It's no way to treat people. But the most important thing is, answer me this. If while you were so busy protecting the secrecy of your investigation and deciding not to warn the South African public, who incidentally expect all of us here to protect them, and we've all failed, all of us. If Bester had murdered another woman, had raped another woman, what would you have said then?
Well, I'm not a speculator. That has not happened. Yes, it did not happen. And secondly, I know you are a prosecutor, a vintage one for that matter. But But don't tell me about investigating and the police. You only deal with that after they've investigated. Yes, prosecution, indeed, but investigation, absolutely no, not for you.